Okay, class, in this video we're going to be taking a look at the musculature in the back, predominantly the upper back area. And luckily with this particular specimen we have some good lines that you can already see. We're going to be highlighting some of those, and I have not dissected any of this particular specimen out yet, because it's kind of hard to do one side and leave the other side alone. So just to give you a quick update or quick view of some of the things, these are all the major muscles on the back, and I'm going to be working off of the structure list that you've been provided. So you can reference that or reference everything I go through as we work. So some of our major muscles, the superficial ones you'll find on the back. There's one diamond-shaped muscle that you can already start to see. This is the trapezius. You can see the lines here and here. And with this, we don't necessarily need to dissect. This is just going to be identification. And you'll see that it does come up to the shoulder, and then I still have some layers here that it's kind of hard to see, or it's harder to see up in the upper neck, but it will come up to the tip of the neck. You'll see it on this side as well. Not the greatest view on the upper border of this, but you can break that up into specific portions of the trapezius, but for our purposes we're just going to leave it as the diamond-shaped muscle on the back. The easiest borders to see are the lower. Alright, now for this next muscle I'm going to work the side. So with this is the Latissimus dorsi, and it runs parallel to that lower border, and you can see the fibers. They are running in this direction, and they're going to come off of this broad band of fascia in the back that originates off of the spine, and they're going to follow up along the side here up toward the humerus. Now luckily this one has a very distinct line. You can see it runs right through here. I've also kind of highlighted it because this one I did separate. You can sort of get underneath it. It's a fairly thin muscle, but it is still somewhat substantial, more substantial than some of the other thin ones that we've seen. I'll go ahead and roll over to the other side, and you'll be able to see the line that has not been dissected. It runs right here. Okay, so that is a Latissimus dorsi. Runs parallel with the lower trapezius. So the next thing we're going to get into is going to be the rhomboids and some of the rotator cuff muscles. And these are going to require a little bit of dissection on the back, and the easiest way to do that is to take the forelimbs and kind of fold them underneath. Alright, so what you'll have here on the back, you have the scapulas. Right in here, we'll get into those a little bit more. They're covered by the trapezius right now. So what we're going to do is we're basically just going to come right down the spine. You can see there's a line that runs right here. The lighting is not good there, but we'll get through that. So we're just going to make a light incision, and this doesn't take a whole lot of pressure. And you're just going to come down the spine and separate that trapezius, and that will get you underneath. And you can see now that I am underneath the trapezius, and it's not a very thick muscle, and I just bring that up a little bit higher. And what we'll see once we get under there's some connective tissue that is holding that on. All right. And underneath there you'll be able to see the scapula. Now the trapezius does attach to the border of the scapula, so you don't have to make that incision or separate it any further than that. Once you do, you can kind of feel the scapula. It's fairly bony, and along it you'll feel a spine. Okay. Now, when you do, there's two of the rotator cuff muscles. One of them attaches above the spine, that is the supraspinatus. The one that attaches below the spine, that is the infraspinatus. So those are, again, more just identification. It's going to be difficult to identify them. There is a little bit of connective tissue still there. In addition to that, once we get those off, and I will move that other one off as well, get to the scapula. Get that. What we're going to see, and I've kind of cut into one of them there just a little bit, but we want to get underneath the scapula. And there we have a group of muscles called the rhomboids. And these, once I get rid of some of this connective tissue, we'll be able to see a little bit better. And you'll start to see these sort of kind of pop out. And I usually refer to them like, they're kind of like string cheese, not to make another food reference. But what they're going to do is they're going to go from the spine here down to the tip of the scapula. Okay, so you'll see those, and they will somewhat separate fairly easily. I kind of cut a little deep there, starting to separate. But you'll see they come all the way down to the tip of the scapula. Get my positioning correct, right there. And they're going to help with rotation and lifting of the scapula as well. So I could pull them out on the other side fairly easily. So again, that connective tissue is easy to get through. You can see just another view. All right. So again, quick rundown, one more quick rundown of those. We have the trapezius, runs here. We have the Latissimus dorsi that runs along the side up toward the humerus. Once we reflect those, we get underneath to the scapula. Easily identify this infraspinatus and supraspinatus, as well as the rhomboids that run on the in between the two scapulas.